This video is for all the guys out there that are wondering why their wives don't love them anymore. Maybe she's not as attentive or as affectionate as she used to be. Maybe the passion isn't as strong as it used to be, or she's not as romantic. Maybe the sex is rare or non existent. This is unfortunately far more common than I'd like to admit. And what I want to answer with today's video is why this is the case. And I want to share with you some knowledge that I've used to literally save marriages. But in order to understand this, you need to understand what's missing. So let's start this off by asking a question. Why do women read romance novels? And I'm asking this question because I remember when 50 Shades of Grey hit the shelves, and it was an absolute phenomenon. Every woman that I had met seemed to be reading this book. It was the first viral book experience that I've ever come across. It seemed like every woman I had met either had a copy or borrowed a copy, but everyone was reading it. And it made me realize something. Women crave being part of something bigger. They want to feel like they're a character in a story. They want to feel like they're going somewhere, that things are moving in a particular direction, almost like she's being swept off her feet and taken on this adventure. They don't want to just live life and do the things in life and go through the monotonous routine of life. They want to experience it. They want to experience a love story. And when that story disappears, things tend to just feel bland. There's nothing worth looking forward to. There's nothing for her to walk into and really create those emotions that she wants to feel. You have a love story with your wife, and if you ever stop making her feel those emotions, she won't love you. I'm going to put this in the most pragmatic and practical way I can. Man to man, you need to understand that she's not in love with you. She's in love with the way you make her feel. Trust me, rip that Band-Aid off now. It's going to be a lot easier for the rest of your life. And how do I know this? Well, it's quite simple. If she's not feeling those emotions with you, is there any slight possibility that she could go out and feel those same emotions with another guy? She could fall in love with another man. Absolutely. This shit happens all the time. How do I know this? Because I've been with married women before because their husbands aren't doing their fucking job. So you need to do your job. You need to provide her the opportunity to provide her the structure that allows her to feel these emotions. So you need to understand that women are narrative driven. They need to feel like they are a part of something that allows them to express their emotions, to feel these emotions very deeply. Now, I understand things get bland. When you've been married for years, things tend to get monotonous. Things tend to become more routine. But that is expected. And understand that a lot of attraction is predicated on expectation. So if she has this predisposition that, oh yeah, things are going to get boring and monotonous at some point, when that happens, she's not going to throw you a shocked Pikachu face. Oh my God, why don't I feel these emotions anymore? Because she kind of knows. But the reality is there can't be no emotion. There can be less, but there can't be none. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You need to understand that her life is a story, and she needs to know what part of that story she's in. So if every day feels the same, she has nothing to look forward to, nothing to anticipate, and nothing to get excited about, how do you think she's going to feel? This is not very emotionally compelling. This is why people get bored. And that's when the relationship ultimately starts to feel empty. And when she starts to feel empty, she feels like there is something missing. And she may go somewhere else searching to fill that. So where does this story come from? She needs to be provided the story, the architecture through which she's going to feel these emotions. And it's your job to do this. You are the man. You are the king. You are the king of the castle. You need to build that castle. And you need to invite her into that castle where she can fill it with all of her emotions. And this is where most guys go wrong, because guys are very logical. We focus on the things. We're more focused on the castle, building the castle. How strong is the gate? How high are the walls? How big are the rooms? Right? Like the practical things. Women aren't focused on that. Women are focused on the beauty. They're focused on the good emotions. How does she feel when she's with you? How does she feel when she has experiences with you? So if you're liking this so far, hit the like button and comment with your thoughts. I know you have some. So as guys, we focus on logic. We think, what are we doing? Oh, we're going out to dinner tonight. Oh, we went out for a walk. Oh, I took her to an expensive restaurant. Or we think about how much time we spent together. We think, oh man, I spent 10 hours with her. She should be happy. She should feel super connected. Or we think about the money that we spent. Oh, I took her out for her birthday. I spent $300. I never spend money, but I spent $300 on her. We went out for steak dinner and really expensive wine. Like, how is she not appreciative of that? And this is where men and women are different, because women focus on the experience. What was it like? How did she feel when she did those things with you? What was the experience she had when she spent that time with you? And did the money really contribute to a better emotional experience? Honestly, probably not. When women experience things, it's all about how she feels. I need you guys to understand this. I need you to understand it from a woman's perspective, that you need to give her an opportunity to feel emotions. Because for her, it's not about what you do, it's how you make her feel. So I want you to think about your life. Think about yourself as a character in your story, where you are the main character. The reality is your relationship is no different. Your relationship is a story as well. It is a shared story where you and her are coming together and you are writing it together. It has a dynamic. It has a feel of its own. There are things that you guys do together, emotions that you create, that you both feel when you experience life together. So is it something passionate? Is it romantic? Is it a mix? Is it something else? Your relationship isn't just what happens. It is moments, emotional moments that come together and create a story. And if you're having trouble understanding what it is that you are bringing to the table, understanding your story, your values, how you're presenting yourself to your narrative, I created a worksheet. And this worksheet's designed to help you understand where you're going wrong. You can see the description if you're interested. So let's go through a couple of examples so you guys know what I'm talking about. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you're living in one of these examples. I want you to focus on how these experiences feel. This is very important because that's how she feels them. So let's go through some examples so that you have a clear understanding of what it is that I'm talking about. I want you to close your eyes. Like, actually do this. Watch the video, okay? With the video on, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine you're living in one of these moments. Focus on how these stories feel. Think about the image, the narrative that you get out of it. Don't focus on the words. Why? Because this is how a woman experiences this. Okay? All right. So if your eyes are closed, we'll go into the first one. You come home from work. You walk in the door. Your wife is standing at the stove cooking dinner. She doesn't look at you, but you pause and you look at her. You don't say anything. She still doesn't look at you. Is she ignoring you? You put your things down. You stand there, staring at her. She knows you're there, but she doesn't look at you. You start to look her up and down. She still doesn't look at you. You walk over to her slowly, and still she doesn't look at you. She just stands at the stove, cooking. You slowly walk up behind her, brush her hair away from her neck, and lightly kiss her neck. She turns to face you, but you walk the fuck away. I want you to think about how that feels. Okay, keep your eyes closed. We'll go into the second one. Number 2. You come home from work. You walk in the door. Your wife is at the stove cooking dinner. You set your things down. You walk into the living room and sit on the couch. It's been a long day. You need to unwind. So you start playing a video game. Some time goes by. Your wife says dinner is ready. You go to the kitchen. You sit down. Your wife asks you how your day went. You tell her it was good. You tell her something interesting that happened at lunch that day. And you ask her how her day went. She said it was good. She did a lot of cleaning, barely had enough time to make dinner. You finish eating, you go back to the couch, watch some TV while your wife cleans up. Now open your eyes. Which of these is more emotionally compelling? Which of these do you think she wants to be a part of? Which one does your relationship look like? The difference is in the story. So how do we rekindle this? How do we bring back that number one, that sexiness, that romance, that passion? Well, first you have to find out what's missing. Sometimes it's as simple as asking your wife. Women are very open. They'll tell you a lot. If she's missing something, she'll tell you. But you have to remember that a woman cannot tell you how to be a man. It's your job to create the story, like the examples that I just discussed. You have to be the one to create these things. Okay, sometimes you might need to just reflect. You might have to take some time alone, and you need to think back at when you were dating or earlier in your relationship. What were the things that were working then? And do some of those things. And sometimes you need to experiment. You need to do something different. People change. Nobody is static. Sometimes you need to do something that is different than what you've done in the past. And the only way to really see if it works is by trial and error. This is sort of the nature of healthy relationships. As you grow and develop as individuals and as people, your needs are going to change. And the only way to figure out how those needs can get met is by experimenting. So if you don't know where to start, this is where I can help. Guys usually come to me because the passion is missing. Very often that is the thing that's missing. Usually kids come in the picture, people get busy, and the first thing that goes out the window is the story number one, and it becomes the story number two. Okay? But there's other things as well, right? Like, because there's other relationship dynamics, and I can help guys with all of that. But if you're looking to try to make a change and you're trying to rekindle things, my suggestion is to not go too big too quickly. Start small. And very often, small is all you need, because it's not about intensity. Very often, it's the small things that matter the most. When women talk to their girlfriends about things that their husband or boyfriend did that's so romantic, it's usually not the huge romantic gestures. It's usually the small things, the things that most guys would tend to overlook, but you didn't. That's really important. The key here, too, is to focus on collaboration. This is a relationship. It is a shared story of you and her. It is not you versus her. It's not you trying to get her to give you more affection or attention or sex or anything. Okay? It is you and her building something together. It is about the experience. It is about the experience that the two of you have with each other and the thing that you are creating together. I did a whole video on relationship archetypes. So if you guys need some reference and some information on exactly what your relationship is and what it needs and how you can kind of build that, you can go check out that video. And if you're worried that, the story's been gone for so long that it would be weird to try to rekindle it, the reality is emotional time is not the same as physical time. You just need to start acting like you're dating her again. Emotions are all about progression. Emotions are all about progression, which means that things can happen relatively quickly once you get them started. The key, though, is you have to make the first step. And like I said before, keep it small and see what happens. Be prepared to pivot. And it's not necessarily about big actions, it's about consistency. And the key with consistency is it's not necessarily a matter of everyday good morning text, good night text, things like that. Yes, they do matter. I'm not here to say that they don't, but very often that's not what a relationship needs. What it needs is more story. It needs more structure. She needs to know where she is in this story. And it's beyond simply physical actions. So, my name is Ethan. I founded the Men's Lab so that I could help guys get dating results through alignment rather than tactics and gimmicks like most traditional dating advice. If you're tired of conventional dating wisdom and the primitive solutions they provide, then you can see the links in the description. I'd love to help you. If you could press the like button if you like the video, helps enormously. And hit subscribe if you want to get notified for future updates. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.